Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, ultimately the Russians took control of the Zaporizhya Nuclear Power Plant and now all the hell broke loose. Why? It's because the Russians will probably do according to the Ukrainians, and their masters will do things that only the Huns did, and the Tatars and all these guys, and only the mad people do, because that's how they want to portray the Russians. So I have 3 articles actually from the same day. I don't know how it's the same day, but 3 of them, because it's a kind of a chronological way, but at the same time it can't be being in the same day, because I don't think this happened in one day, but you'll see how it is. The first one that I have, it's from today at 21:30, so 9:30 p.m. And that's their date. Ukrinform, that's the news outlet, and this is the title: Russia wants to cut Zaporizhya nuclear power plant off from Ukraine's energy system, black south out. And it started: Russian troops shelled the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant to destroy its infrastructure, cut it off from Ukraine's energy system, and black the south off. The Nuclear Terrorism Act. At the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant, artillery strikes on nuclear power plant are aimed to destroying the plant's infrastructure, damaging all power lines through which electricity is supplied to the Ukrainian energy system, and blacking the south of the country out. The press services of the Energoatom, National Nuclear Energy Generating Company of Ukraine, informs. So it says it is noted that the shelling of the plant is likely to continue. So the Russians are shelling the power plant. So then that's the first one. The second one, which is from 21:55, the same. So it's a few minutes later. So that's what? It's about 25 minutes later. We have this article: Russia mine Zaporizhya nuclear power plant power units. Ukraine intelligence confirms. So in 25 minutes from shelling the plant and destroying the infrastructure and so on, the Russians now mine the plant. So they took control in 25 minutes. I don't know. I'm just a regular Indian here. I'm not a chief. Okay, so let's go. Ukrainian intelligence confirms that the Russian army mined the power units of the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant. And then the IAEA, the United Nations, and all other bodies do not control the situation at the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant. Moreover, international investigations were conducted and made public, clearly showing how the Russians transport weapons, equipment, and explosive into the territory of power units. There is confirmed information stating that the Russian occupying forces laid mines at the power units of the Zaporizhya nuclear plant in Enetodar. And then Andriy Yusov, a representative of the press services of the Chief Directorate of Intelligence of Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, confirmed the information about the laying of mines. The press services of the Energoatom company informs. So the Russians put, it says here, as reported on August 5, Russian troops fired twice at the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant at 2:30. 3 explosions were recorded. So that was on the 5, and on the 6 they already took control of it. But then the other article is from the 6. Okay, I'm done with trying to figure out what's going on here. But we're going with obviously they took control of the plant, they shelled, and then took control, and then according to these guys, they planted mines around it and they destroyed the infrastructure, and they will cut off the southern Ukraine from receiving electricity. All these are theories right now. It's scenarios. Nothing. There's no. First, that's what the Ukrainians reported about the mines. But the thing with cutting off the electricity supply to southern Ukraine, it's not. That's as of now. It's just a probability or possibility. What I think, if the Russians want to have that nuclear plant, what are they gonna do? They just cut it off from the Ukrainian grid and turn it into their own grid, the oblast or whatever they how should I put it? Occupied, liberated, you know what I mean. Whatever territories they took over, took control, and they're gonna use it for that, probably being closer and so on. And if the Ukrainians sometime will want some energy, then they probably will sell it to them at extra cost. That's one. Then we have this information that the EU condemns Russia's activities around Zaporizhya. EU, we really don't care. What are you gonna do about it? Remember that story with Stalin and Harry Truman at the end of the Second World War? I think it was in Potsdam, when they met over there to carve Europe and who gets what. It was like in a bar on a wooden table. They were carving the spheres of influence, who takes what, after they kicked the other guys out that wanted the same thing, spheres of influence and control. Now these guys elbowed those out, and now they were carving. Same thing, different names, a little bit different ideologies, you can say. So the story goes that it's not a story, actually. It's a real story. It's not like, oh my God, it happened when President Truman told Joseph Stalin, hey, you know, you're gonna receive Poland, but please, you know, we have over there, it's the Pope is concerned with Polish population being Catholic, and you obviously are, you know, are you gonna, you know, please show some, you know, be more flexible or something, because the Pope is concerned about it. And according to the story, Stalin looked at Truman and said, how many divisions does the Pope have in Poland? And Truman was like, so that's the way it went. How many? What are you going to do about it? What is the Pope going to do about it? The Pope should shut up because he has no power. That's basically what it's here. Right? European Union is concerned about this and tells the Russians, let's say Stalin, European Union is the Pope. The European Union is concerned. How many divisions you have in Ukraine? Nothing. So why should I listen to you? That's how it goes. So EU condemns Russia's activities around Zaporizhya. Why Russia's activity but not Ukraine's activity? Remember when Russia was around, I don't know if it was this power plant or another power plant, they had units, I think it was a different one, I think there are two over there, if I remember correctly, and they had units over there, and then the Ukrainians, that's how they reported it, used pinpoint, laser, precise, surgical hits to hitting Russian military units around that power plant. And everybody was okay because they used supposedly HIMARS, and they were so clear and nice. It was no danger of anything. But here, what's going to happen here? They mined it. Oh my God, what are we going to do now? So the European Union condemns the military activities of Russian troops near the Zaporizhya nuclear power plant. What are they going to do about it? Nothing. Boom. EU High Representative Joseph Borrell wrote this on his Twitter. Remember Borrell. I will have to tell you what Borrell did and what he wants to do with the Russian money and all that. They want to confiscate it, which they already did. They froze it, and they want you know, the assets, the Russia's assets, and he wants them to use those assets that are not his to rebuild Ukraine. So he takes something that is not his, and he's going to use something that is not his. And he lectures the Russians. Borrell. The EU condemns Russia's military activities around Zaporizhya nuclear power plant. This is a serious and irresponsible breach of nuclear safety rules. What about the strikes of the other guys? That's okay. Another example of Russia's disregard for international norm. You're talking about that? The IAEA must gain access. No. He not must is if they're allowed by the Russians. This kind of you must. Okay, Borrell, you must unfreeze those assets of Russia. You must shut up. who is this Borrell? Did anybody vote for this Borrell? Like, I don't know, I don't remember people from Romania voting for Borrell. How in the hell he's got so much power, this Borrell? I never heard of this Borrell, elected official. You must do this, it's irresponsible, and he talks about using someone else's money to do something. It's so much hypocrisy. That's why I'm making this video. Look at these guys. And regarding that power plant, what do you want? This army is in a war. They took over. What are you going to do about it? Take it back. If you can't, stop talking, because you can't change anything. I'm not saying that's a good thing in a way of, oh my God, it's fair. I don't say it's fair. A war is not fair. So these guys took over it. What are you going to do about it? Do you think they've never been around a nuclear power plant? They build them. So, maybe you tell the other side not to hit them. How about that? Tell them, no, you don't hit them because you oppose the Russians hitting around that perimeter. Now you're going to tell the other guys not to hit around that same perimeter, correct? No, they're going to say it's justified those guys to expose to a disaster the whole world by hitting. Why? Because they have HIMARS. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.